I remember at the end of the first season, he said, "Do you realize that at least one guest spot was fired every week after the table read on the first season?" And I look back and I go, he's right. Somebody was fired, and I won't say what names. Some names. I've been fired off a table, and it's especially in that world, the sitcom world. It's so, unless you're hitting it at the table, there's no job security, and you're proving it at every run through, and you're fighting for those jokes at every run through, and it's very much a fear-based medium. You've done a bit of a half hour too, right? 4 camera.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, my buddy John, I won't say his last name. I don't think he gives a shit. But he did a table read for a Will Ferrell, who is Ferrell's partner, Adam McKay at the time. They had this TV show, and he flew to wherever, and he did the table read, and he went to his room, and his agent called him and said, "Hey, man, they let you go." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the table read, I guess, didn't go well. They're looking for somebody different." And he's like, so he had to get on a plane and fly back.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
Do you get
Yeah.
How do you remember feeling?
Awful.
Just completely rejection.
Oh, listen, I remember it happened to me, and then I got off the phone and my son was there, and I was like, I just got fired. And he's like, and he was amazing. He's responsible. You'll get another one. And he's like, I was like, thank you for that. And it was so sweet of him. But it's one of those things where you just go, you take the blow, you take the hit, and obviously you pick yourself up, and day at a time kind of thing. But you can't help but take it personally. There's a million reasons why.
Yeah.
There's
what's wrong with me? What is it?
Yeah.
Am I not? Maybe I'm not that great. They found me out. I'm not a great actor.
I'm the imposter that I always thought I was. There's a million reasons.
It's bullshit. It's because fear-based, and they didn't come and say, "Hey, let's talk to you about the role, the reading. We cast you for a reason. You could more energy, whatever." They just fire you. It's so stupid, arbitrary.
Or there's always been a hang up about hiring you in the first place, and they had someone else in mind, and they never got their way. And there's all of these things that are layered with these decisions.
Yeah,
that
out of your control.
Some of them are out of your control. Some are not, but some are out of your control. You can't guess which ones are which.
I hate table reads. They're awful. They're awful because you don't know if you're giving too much energy. They think I'm going to be like this in the show, or maybe I'm like this. I'm like, oh no, he's kind of boring. And fuck you.
And
fuck you.
Listen, and you're right. I know you're right, right? You're right, or you've right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you find that a table read is helpful to you as a writer?
Oh, absolutely. Just to read. I've had some pilots read that I've written, and having friends come over and read them and bring them to life. Absolutely. It brings life to them. And I also, when I hear them out loud, I go, yeah, that's not what I want in my head.
Interesting.
Obviously. But yeah, I think it does help you as a writer. It helps you, what you have on the page sometimes is your own voice, is what you're hearing. But when you actually hear it out loud from other people, it can make you just change directions or go, I need more of that. I need less of that. But
that's not the answer I was looking for. No. I write, and I don't need to hear other people say.
Oh, you don't? I mean, I normally don't, but I have done it.
No, but listen, I know other writers are like you. Most of them are like, I need to hear it. I was like, no, I don't.
No, you don't. My writing is, I'm a Harvard grad. Don't. I studied English. I don't need people to read my shit.
It's flawless.
It's flawless.
It's absolutely not the reason. It's because I feel like the table read's never going to be an accurate representation of how this is going to play out on its feet, what actors are going to bring to it, how they're going to interpret it. It's never going to be that. And, you can kind of already hear, like, I know it doesn't work on the page when I'm reading it. So I know it'll definitely, there's no one who can make this work.
Yeah.
That's just the way I feel about it.
I understand.